RoseN'Hook Publishing presents Born on Christmas Day. The air in heaven was not air at all, but cool, visible light, thin sheets of radiance that sighed like music and polished the cobbled path beneath their feet. Sandals clicked on marble, each sound landed with the quiet weight of a promise. God walked beside his son, their silhouettes edged in luminescence. He stroked his long white beard and watched the younger figure with a gaze both tender and grave. Jesus paused. A single tear caught the light and held it, trembling. He took in the expanse of that luminous place and asked in a voice threaded with something like fear, "Father, must I endure this?" God's hand settled on his shoulder, warm, unhesitating. "Yes, my son," he said simply. Around them moved others, souls who would live small, sharp lives, those who would leave slow, wide ripples. Some of their choices had already been made, others still turned like seeds in soil. "And we choose this? To be born?" Jesus asked, stepping toward a column of light that hung from the ceiling of heaven like a river held in crystal. "Knowing will be tested?" The column was not only light, it had body, a slow, yielding viscosity that caught and pulled at the edge of things. It gleamed like pure amber, warmed from within, viscous and alive, part conduit, part membrane. The image of womb and world sat in that light, as if the cosmos had trimmed its hand to become midwife. "Like me?" Jesus asked. God smiled, a soft bend at the corner of his mouth. "Yes, but not for error. You will go because you will show them how to live. When the course is complete, you will return, and they will name that return with songs and a day called Easter." Jesus laughed, the sound small and human. "And a rabbit? They will make strange things of holy things," God said, his eyes crinkling. "They mean well." Jesus drew a deep, impossible breath of the shining air. "Will I remember?" he asked. "For a time, no. The forgetting is part of the gift. It lets you learn in a world that thinks itself alone. You will find your way back by opening your heart. That's why the choice to be born matters so deeply. Some will make small impacts on the world around them. Others, like you, my son, will change the world. Some for the better, others not so much. Free will. Jesus stood stone-faced, understanding blooming warm in his chest. "Free will," God nodded, stepping ever closer to the conduit between worlds. Jesus was ready to breach the bridge from spirit to flesh. He stepped forward into the column. The gel of light closed around him like warm glass. It softened and took the divine shape, condensing and drawing him down. For a moment, he was both vast and infinitesimal, weightless and wet. Then came the silent passage as the heavenly gave way to flesh. There was the damp, bright sting of straw, the air filled with the honest smell of animals and earth. A woman cried out, tired, relieved, and a single star burned over Bethlehem, patient and terrible and kind. In the manger, he lay, small, slick with the first wetness of being, the light's afterglow still clinging to his skin. The world's breath moved over him, and in that humble shelter, the promise took on a human weight. Love that would teach, wounds that would heal, a life that would change the world. Amen.